Glacier Lake, Alberta. What can I say? It's incredible. It was well worth the wait. Hello, we are off on another adventure. Today we're heading to Glacier Lake. Glacier Lake is just across from Saskatchewan Crossing at, where are we, like, it's in Banff National Park. We're not in Saskatchewan, we're in Alberta. Just called Saskatchewan Crossing because of the Saskatchewan River flowing through. But yeah, it's a pretty mellow hike. It's all mostly flat and it goes back to a pretty big lake, and I think it's going to be a fairly quiet night. It's not too trafficked back here. Louise has actually done this hike with her sister 2 years ago? 2 years ago? But I've never been back here. Aspen's never been back here, and Yuki has also never been back here. So it's all new to me, or us, and I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun night. The weather looks very promising. We left the raincoats behind. Maybe that's ambitious. We'll see if we regret our decision, but I think it's supposed to be a beautiful night and a beautiful day, and yeah, it's gonna be, I'm stoked.
Gotta love when the hike starts with downhill, which means you'll end with uphill tomorrow.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I thought when we left Golden and the wetlands we had escaped the mosquitoes, but goddamn, I think these Rocky Mountain mosquitoes are even bigger. Like, I usually don't swell up, but I've got welts on me right now from these bugs. There's not as many, but they are out. So if you happen to have any secrets on how to avoid the bugs or how to get them to stop biting you without soaking yourself head to toe in DEET, leave me a comment, let me know. I will take any and all suggestions at this point. And I've seen at least 3 bear poops so far on the trail, more towards the start of the trail. So definitely on alert, gotta keep an eye out, but hope we don't get to see the culprit. In any case, we've got Yuki to protect us, although she really only protects us from squirrels. Louise actually really didn't sell me on this hike. She was like, yeah, it's not like a flow lake or an Assiniboine. It's nice, but you'll see when we get there. It's just a lake. So, I don't know. We'll see when we get there what this actually looks like. I'm optimistic that the views are better than she's making them out to be. We're almost at the end of the only steep section on this entire trail. I think it only has about 300 meters of up. total in like 9 kilometers. So we're just kind of going up this hill, and then we're gonna be going like mellow, long, down and flat to the lake. This is actually a great hike for a hot summer's day because you're in the shade a lot, there's plenty of water. Also be a great hike for little kids for your first backcountry trip if you haven't gone before. So it's actually relatively easy terrain. Hiking for a couple of hours now, and we're still not out of the woods, so to speak. Louise was not lying when she said this was mostly all in the forest, so take back any comments I made. Luckily, we only have a couple more kilometers to go, and it is all mostly downhill. Almost there, almost at the lake. And then we'll find a nice little spot to set up the tent. Classic Aspen falls asleep 5 minutes before we get to the views yet again. Every time. She fights sleep for like hours. Literally hours in the carrier. You can tell she's tired. And then 5 minutes before we get to the campsite or viewpoint, she's just like out cold. Can just see the lake between the trees up ahead here. It's glistening in the sun. Ah. Made it to the lake. I gotta say I'm pretty impressed actually. It's not like an alpine scenic glacier lake, but there are mountains. There's pristine water, and there's a glacier. Like a massive glacier actually way back there. It's pretty nice. I think Louise definitely undersold it a little bit. Made it to the campsite. There's no real like, there's a bee on my camera. Made it to the campsite. There's no real tent pads or anything here. It's kind of a free-for-all. Found this nice flat spot right beside the lake. Might be a little windy, but it'll be a beautiful place to wake up in the morning, that's for sure. Did you have a good hike? Say as far as camp spots go, this one is pretty nice. The weather might have something to do with it. It's actually a beautiful day. We have our tent, got the lake in the back, the mountains. It's a little windy, it's to be expected. It's gonna make for an epic evening and morning. We just set up camp and we're having some dinner down by the lake on these nice new picnic tables. They actually have like nice brand new bear lockers and picnic tables. Louise said these weren't here last time, so that's a good bonus. And 5:30 might be a little early for dinner, but we both have barely eaten anything all day and pretty hungry. Louise said she's going to bed at like 7 tonight. Well, the baby's going to bed at 7, which means Louise is going to bed at 7. Chef Louise, what's for dinner?
Gourmet shepherd's potato stew with beef. This was slowly cooked over 4 weeks. Then slowly dehydrated. And then my favorite, 3 cheese mac and cheese. Something about it that just brings you back to being a kid.
What's for dessert?
Oh. Let me tell you what's for dessert. like dessert first because I'm an adult and I do what I want. We got Haribo, classic. Is it German?
It's true.
Okay. Classic German candies. Star Mix. We got these hearts in here. And some eggs, rings, Coca-Cola, gummy bears. Oh. We got some squished peanut butter chocolate.
Aspen, are you taking in the view?
You like the water?
Tired, baby?
You bet. And yawns right on cue.
Okay, I have a question for everyone. So what do you do in the backcountry when you're not doing something, when you're not setting up a tent, cooking, hiking in? What do you do in your downtime? Do you read books? Do you go explore more? Do you go swimming? Do you just sit and enjoy the view? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. What does everyone do in their downtime in the backcountry? Louise was being pretty optimistic earlier and said there's no way it's gonna rain, so I'm holding her to it. That would be this summer, that would be a miracle. So it just started to sprinkle like a tiny bit. We haven't fully escaped the rain. I'm counting it. We've been rained on 5 for 5 backcountry trips this year. Just can't get away. Hey, it's better than smoke. We'll take it any day. Well, I don't know if it's gonna pass real quick here or not, but I'm gonna retreat to the bed. I feel like an old man retreating to bed at this time. It's almost 8 now, so I feel like that's acceptable. I'm a dad. I'm pretty much an old man. I finally get to enjoy my coffee with a sunrise by a glacier lake. Been waiting all summer for this. Just been rained on non-stop, but it was well worth the wait. In all honesty, really couldn't ask for a better morning. But I'm just gonna wait for Louise and Aspen to wake up. I'm gonna have some breakfast, chill and enjoy the view, and then probably pack up and head out of here. But as far as mornings go, this was first class.
Good stuff.
What's the best part of waking up, Louise?
The best part of waking up is Folgers in my cup. Comes the sun, do 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 do. Here comes the sun. Oh, Tim doesn't like my song.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what's Papa doing?
Louise and Aspen are up. The sun is rising.
Coffee's hot.
I'm having my second delicious French vanilla coffee. And I think it's time for some breakfast. And you guessed it, it's gonna be classic oatmeal. Instant oatmeal. Maybe one of these days we'll switch up our breakfast, but oatmeal hasn't let us down in years, and it's pretty good, to be honest.
What do you have instead?
yeah, I don't know. Like, again, I'm open to suggestions. What do you guys have for breakfast in the backcountry? Do you buy like those pre-made meals, like the powdered milk and granola? Those are actually really tasty. Instant oatmeal is great. I really don't know any other breakfast options. Maybe like powdered eggs, or just you bring a pan and fry eggs. What do you guys use for breakfast in the backcountry? I'd be interested to know. Time for Aspen's morning nap.
No one fights sleep more than a tired baby.
Well, at least you get to do it with a view and breakfast.
True. True.
I didn't check it out last night, but there's this cool little hut here. It says on the sign, cultural resource sites are protected under the National Parks Act. I wonder if this used to be like some sort of little house or mountaineering hut, or just like stay over cabin. I'm gonna have a quick look and see what it looks like inside. It's pretty tiny in here. There's like an old little cupboard, a small old bed. Really wonder what this was used for. Does anyone have any guesses as to what this was used for? I'm curious now. I'm gonna look it up later and find out. Aspen's really fighting her routine 9 a.m. nap this morning. She's really distracted by Yuki and the nature and all the noises. She's fighting it hard. She does not want to go to sleep. I'll tell you what though, I don't think I'll ever get tired of this view. I think before we head out this morning, I've definitely got to go for a swim. How could you not? This has been Yuki's favorite camp by far, and she gets an A+. Yuki loves the water, she loves digging rocks out of the water, and this is paradise for her. Louise, out of all the campsites we've been to this year, how would you rate Glacier Lake?
Rate it compared to the other ones, or out of 10?
Both.
Out of 10, I'll give it an 8, because the tent pads are all a little bit crooked or on tree branches. Compared to the other ones, this one probably wins it so far, because there's not very many campsites where you're actually camped beside the lake. So we got to wake up, there's the lake, eating breakfast, dinner beside the lake, chilling by the lake. Then we're super close to the tent, and we don't have to walk like 5 minutes up a hill to get to the tent. So
I feel like the weather makes a big difference.
Yeah, the weather definitely makes a difference. But I still think, I think this is more picturesque than Yoho. And yeah, it's nice just being beside the lake and being able to sit here and enjoy these views and be super close to everything that I need, especially with the baby. I guess you maybe appreciate that a little bit more when the campsite's really close when you have the baby. When you don't have a baby, you can just walk 5 minutes to your tent. You don't care. When you do have a baby, 10 seconds to the tent makes a big difference.
Before I pack up the tent here, I'll give you guys a quick tour of the home. I've done this before in other videos, but if you haven't seen it, I'll show you again what we have in there. We've got 2 sleeping pads, a little sleeping mat for Aspen. We have a little doggy bed for Yuki. We have Aspen's little cute little sleeping bag. We have our sleeping bags. And that's pretty much it. It's simple, but keeps you cozy at night, keeps you warm, and honestly, this stuff's lasted us for years. And there we have it. Everything from inside the tent packs down just like that. Hopefully this doesn't fly away on me. One thing I've learned after years of backcountry camping, your stuff will never go back the same way as you packed it at home. I think provides as much entertainment to a baby as plastic wrappers. We're all packed up, ready to go. Now there's only one thing left to do. So it's become a bit of a tradition that if there is a glacier lake, I'm gonna go swim in it before we head out. Because, you know, why not? It is windy as hell right now. It was nice and calm earlier. I regret not going then, but yeah, here goes nothing. I think that might be the coolest one so far.
I bet. Well, you don't want to take your time coming out?
It's so slippery. I regret my decision.
Hey baby.
Slippery instantly. Oh. So we're all packed up. Yuki's getting the last of her beans out, and it's time to hit the trail. You say bye-bye mountains? Hey Aspen? Say bye-bye mountains. Bye-bye mountains. Bye-bye. We're going home. We'll be back.
Could you see those little ears?
Gonna take one last minute to enjoy the view. And then we're going back up. And then down. And then back up. And then we'll be at the car. It's kind of cool on the trail to the lake here. Just like the whole forest floor is covered in moss, and there's all these different kinds of mushrooms. I don't really know them. I know like a few edible mushrooms, but I wish I knew more. But if you're into that sort of thing, in the summer on this trail, there's a crazy amount of different kinds of mushrooms. We found the vert.
Yeah.
It's on the way out. The reality of hiking with a baby. You don't go anywhere as fast because they fuss and they have to eat. And yeah, everything with a baby is just a little bit slower. It's doable for sure. Don't let it deter you. But just be prepared that everything is going to take you longer than it used to.
Probably double the time at least.
Probably at least double the time. This is very much one of those trails where the reward is at the very end. And like, that's the view you're going for. Like you're hiking through the woods for 9 kilometers and then it finally opens up to a beautiful glacier lake with glaciers in the back and big mountains towering all around. But for most of it, you're gonna be walking through the woods. Don't get me wrong, it's still beautiful and you're surrounded by nature, and when the wind's blowing with the blue sky above the trees, it is quite nice. Also, if you only have a short amount of time, there's a viewpoint like 1-2 kilometers in, something like that. Just under 2 kilometers in, that takes you to a nice open viewpoint, and you see the river and mountains in the back, and that's quite nice. As well as like a kilometer in, you get to a bridge that crosses a river. So if you only have a short amount of time, even that's worth doing if you're just gonna stop along the way and stretch the legs. But if you're gonna do the full hike, go all the way to the end, because the views are quite nice. You're just gonna have to wait 9K to get there. Just this last little bit of up left, and then we're back at the car. How do you feel about that information, Louise? This last little bit of up left, and then we're at the car.
I feel like a snack. That's what I feel like.
What do you want?
If I'm being honest, nachos.
Ooh, nachos sound pretty good. Nachos it is. And we are back. I feel like a 70s game show host or something. Glacier Lake, Alberta. What can I say? 4.5 stars. We're looking for like a relatively longish mellow hike, some solitude at the campground, like epic mountain views, and especially at sunrise when the lake is calm like glass, this hike's for you. You're gonna have peace and quiet, you're gonna have views, and it's not that difficult of a hike. As much as I'm not a fan of saying like the whole like, comment, subscribe thing for my videos, just starting out, I get it now. A like, a comment, and especially a subscribe would help me a lot to get started. So if you could do that, take the second out of your day, that would be amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.